Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long goes 1975. A using girls on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long goes 1975.
This is Gauntlet on the Sinclair's ZX Spectrum. This is the 128K version, and it was released in 1986 by US Gold. It was also released on the Commodore, the Amiga, the Atari ST, and the Amstrad, based on the Atari arcade machine of the same name, released in 1985, which is basically a dungeon scroller. 4 simultaneous players, at least in the arcade, each with different attributes such as ability to fire quickly, or stamina, collecting health along the way to keep your reserves going, which are constantly ticking down, and treasure for a high score. Also, picking up potions that you can use to blast everyone off the screen within your radius, or the only way to kill death, will basically just leech the health off you like a bastard. Now, it's interesting because this is actually developed by Gremlin Graphics. Now, that's not too surprising because US Gold used to use other people to produce their games, but I always thought, well, Gremlin Graphics, you were like a big arcade, you know, or big software house with arcade ports of your own at the time. Why would you do that for someone else? But then I guess they couldn't afford the license, but possibly always wanted to work on the game. I don't know. But, you know, it was that big a deal a game. I remember playing it back in the day in Minehead and being absolutely blown away by it. Because you could hear it, you know, approaching the arcade, had these big slide open doors, stuff like warrior shot the health. I never forgotten that. Parents probably didn't like it so much as they could see it for what it was, which basically, you're not beating this game on skill. This game is an absolute 10p, you know, gobbler. It just, literally, it had its hands in your pockets at any one time. Now, my brother had this back in the day, and we absolutely loved it. I mean, once again, it's a perfect example of a machine with such limited power being able to pull off a true arcade experience of the title it's based on. You do, even on the 128K version, do have to load your levels in. I think you do it in chunks of 8, which is kind of interesting because you don't have to go, it doesn't have a linear way through levels. You can actually pick somewhat of a route and jump over levels, meaning that you have to load them quicker, you know, or more often on this version, I should say, or it just gets harder really, really quickly. Anyway, you have 4 characters. Thor, he's just got grunts, Questor, sorry, he's got speed and a really big right hand. Merlin's got jazz hands, and I never understood what the benefit was of Thyra. Right, Thyra? Player 1, choose. Now you use... There we go. Left and right at the moment. So we'll go with... There we go. We'll go with Questor. Now, simultaneous 2-player, which is really, really cool. By the way, there was a sequel on the Spectrum, Gauntlet 2, but before that, there was an expansion pack that was all new levels made by the developers called the Deeper Dungeons that you would need the original tape for to load in. And I do remember this was a pretty big game. Anyway, so if you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see that you both would share the screen if you didn't have joysticks at the same time, which made, you know, it the arcade experience, albeit as 2 players, which is really cool. Right. It also means if you're just about to play it single player and you're just about to die with player 1, quickly press fire and continue with player 2. I think. Right. We'll give... I don't know, keyboard, doesn't really matter. It is a bit awkward, you know, especially if you're playing on a rubber mat, because then your hands will keep touching, and that was, yeah, awkward. Right. Right, so 1 up, Q down. Left is S, right is D, and far is Z. Magic is caps, only it's not, it's shift on this. Right, so there we go. Thank you. Right, so that's so you see the both people at the bottom press fire, join the game. There's me. What was it? SD. Yeah. Health, score and health. Health 2000 will tick down. Absolutely ticks down. Now the first thing you're going to notice, apart from my horrible capture, which I like, is the backgrounds are black. You know, that was something they had to do. I guess you could argue that the arcade didn't have amazing graphics, but the sheer number of levels, I guess, made it that they had to do something like this. Because there were sort of top-down Gauntlet-style-esque games that, you know, had coloured backgrounds. Now, you can go left there, because you can You need keys. You can't go through the blue door without the keys. But let's show you this. So obviously, I do like the ghosts. They're one of my favourite arcade bad guys. You can keep killing them, and they're just, well, you cannot kill what does not live. You can keep, I don't know, trying to kill them, but as long as you don't take out the bones, then they'll just keep coming back. Absolutely, like, I mean, a great idea. But health, whenever you see health, get it, got it, gone. Points for the quote, because you're gonna need a lot of it. Look, I'm already down to 16. Oh, but the sheer variety of enemies, which I guess you could say is based on Dungeons and Dragons, is in here. You know, there's wizards that can teleport. There's these weird blokes that lob things over walls. Look at this. The sheer number of sprites, even though only a break-off group of fighters, stay with the leader, followed me, but the sheer number of sprites on screen with no slowdown, the way it goes down the axis, just like the arcade as well, but that's impressive. Anyway, I was lost in my thread. Yeah, the number of bad guy styles is impressive as well. Don't shoot food, it blows up. Don't shoot potions. There's one. Because, shall I shoot it just to show you? It will blow up and it will do some damage, but it won't do much damage. Or as much as if you just use it as a nuke. Right, so what was it? Shift. There we go. So, it's got very limited sound. You've only got like 128k music on the title. I'm legging it. Health. But yeah, I mean, you got to remember as kids, again, I said a lot about the Spectrum, but this was Gauntlet for us. This was our arcade experience, and we absolutely loved it. It's still a great game. I mean, if you had this, even on, you know, obviously, all the versions I mentioned were produced by US Gold, or released by US Gold, I should say, but it came out on the NES, the Master System. This level's a bastard. I can't shoot treasure, annoyingly, because it gets in the way of when you have to shoot this shit. Health, don't shoot that. Need 2 keys, I remember that. But yeah, it was on the Master System, the Mega Drive, the NES. I've got gameplays of most of those. But, you know, all the ones I mentioned were the UK ones. Right, got 1 key. Bottom entrance is bottom right. Now, he's got the fastest firing shots, but basically, dependent upon how close they are to you, is how quickly you fire. God, I'm down to 11 already. And I never really saw the point of collecting treasure. I mean, it gives you a high score, but it doesn't give you 1-ups, does it? Or stuff like that. That's just down to sheer old-fashioned pumping in your parents' money. Hey, it was 1985. Good year, 1985 for arcade games. Right, what we doing? 744 already? Bollocks! Where are we now? Oh, I don't know what they're called. They got a name. There's a death on this level as well, but they take a pummeling. But yeah, he fires really quickly, but only dependent upon how close they are to you. So what does Thor have more, I don't know, more power, more grunt? He should do, he's a fucking Norse god. Bollocks! That's what I mean though, when they're in front of you, it's impossible to shoot them or kill them or get rid of the generators without destroying health, which is not actually that plentiful. Now I'm sure you all know, or remember my thread, if you had it on any other versions back in the day, let me know. It's particularly the Spectrum. You know, was it the arcade for you? Was this bang on the money? Correct answer. The only answer is yes. Sorry. It's not a democracy. Right. But yeah, there were treasure rooms where you have, there's no enemies, there's just bad guys, there's no enemies, there's just treasure, and you have a limited amount of time to get them, but you have to get the entrance. Otherwise, all the gold or treasure you got doesn't count. Which is kind of a cool concept, but then also, as I said, I always found the treasure, maybe I'm wrong, to be somewhat obsolete, because it just wanted your treasure. That was a waste of time, wasn't it? Am I going around in circles? Did I just come down from here? Shah? Where is it? Where is it? Down, 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 down. I got it. Right, there better be a hole. Oh, there's an entrance there. I've just worked out the folly of my ways. Yeah, back up that way. It's interesting though. I mean, it's a maze game. I'm going in circles, am I? Yeah, it's a maze game, but like I said, you know, take out the fact that it uses so much. Why can I not find an entrance? So much money. It's just, you know, it's a classic. This is what arcade games were like back then. Where the fuck did the entrance go? Wait. So, strange things are afoot, it's Circle K. What the fuck? No. I've completely broken my brain. No, we don't. Up here. See? Maze game. Ignore me. No, this way. Got it. And now my health is on 200. Oh, that did nothing. Does that mean some enemies are immune? So you fuck me. You can use your shit on death, but you can't on these pink bastards. I call the bullshit meter right there. 47. Shall I try fire? Did it work? Yes. Right. I'm gonna let my bloke die. Here you go. Die. And then I'm gonna. See what I mean? That's a cheat. No, oh, hang on. Up, down. M fire. Weird. Where are the bloody keys? That's awkward. They're at an angle. I don't like that. Man, these are weird keys. Oh. But yeah, good little treat, you know, good little cheat there. Because otherwise, it's game over. You can't, obviously there is no, you have to collect health, which is a bit of a failure on this. You can't put more money in. But hey, I don't know what magic is on this guy. These keys are reversed. This is horrible. Norse God or not. But yeah, like I said, this is how we did arcade ports back in the day, and I'm, as you know, I'm on a massive Spectrum kick at the moment, but it's just, yeah. I guess people today could learn a thing or two about this, which is the limitations of the system, more often than not, bring the best out in people. And that's how all these ports happen. Oh. Right, anyway, I'm going to call it quits there. Cannot play with these weird crab hands, that's not fair. But Gauntlet on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Great game, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.